gold medalist, outstanding, dominant international amateur, and now a dominant champion.
And knows that he has a very crafty guy in front of him, so right now he's trying to...
Usyk is such a talent, with such a talent as an amateur, dominate this division and move up in short order and join this that we're now hopefully in the midst of.
Big, strong guy, the opening bell. When asked about his fighting stuff, says,
And as he does, good hook by Mchunu. Mchunu has gotten a little respect early from Usyk. But Mchunu still landed a little short right hook. Much more. Until it's gonna definitely land. He's not throwing a left hand this round.
Remarkable.
You understand? Keep moving to your left.
So, Roy, I noticed your close friend, Russ Anber, is the cut man, number 2 guy in Usyk's corner.
From that Olympic team, credit him with the dominance of Ukraine.
Who else could you credit?
Amazing. You know, there's a dating back to Jack Dempsey's fight, who gave you more problems than you were used to in your first fight with him, and was a little hesitant about this fight because Usyk is doing something less than his billing.
I was going to him use his patience. I would use my patience to wear him down because I knew that in the late rounds he would face. I was the champion, so why should I give him the opportunity to counter me when I'm doing?
Conor Griffin, a silver medalist, by the way.
Yeah, he's a good one now, very good fighter. Where he can counter like he's a tall guy.
Thabiso much at all, and Mchunu has been able to
seeking to hurt Mchunu.
Usyk was the underdog when he went to Poland this summer to take on Krzysztof Lewacki. A few years ago, Thabiso Mchunu, who comes from a much in an agricultural area of South Africa, was looking for a gym with more population, better sparring partners, chance to improve. Punches landed through the first couple of rounds. Mchunu with a Usyk.
For a guy like Usyk, because a short man that can counter,
because when he leads, he's missing and he's out in front in the counters.
Enough, Max. Right there, he's allowing Mchunu to get close to him with the hook.
There's something about the rhythm or laxing in African fighters' timings off.
Yeah, his rhythm goes everybody. He fights in a sporadic pace like that. You never know when he's going to just counter you or when he's going to take a lead on you. And right there, behind it.
Wound up getting hit on the cheek by a right hand.
Mchunu throws that may be carrying the fight so far. Jim, I think to your point, the world have their own styles and rhythms to their style. East European has a kind of rhythm.
Boxing, he's a cute boxer. Don't really see that from South Africa. Usually we see guys who go to war from South Africa, and he's not that type of a guy.
I think also that the world is becoming, the styles are becoming more jump from country to country, and fighters train all over the world as well.
How is the shorter man out jabbing the taller man? That's the problem. There's one, there's another one. Real power, but just enough, just the right jab. Right jab again, just hand to cause problems. The right jab a third time. A short right jab on the way in.
Or Azuka like Quartet.
No, at times, and looks like he could turn.
How Mchunu fights, and he started throwing his left hand in addition to 2-1. Thabiso Mchunu.
Usyk unleashed the left hand in the third quarter.
Yeah, Jim, but the thing you don't like about it is that, and that's not a good thing, because there you go, that go a good shot. Now he's throwing up the left hand because he needs to get respect
into this fight. He said he likes to play. He is a fighter who thrives off that rhythm of having fun.
He's like that. He's right on top of things. Now Usyk throwing some real punches.
Usyk was thrown off enough by Mchunu's timing that he wasn't even really trying to counter. He's been countering Philly and starting to land that left hand, as you saw.
Oh, good shot by Mchunu. Good counter left. That's what I mean when I say he didn't play much.
I thought Usyk may have parried it with his shoulder.
He got the call to face Roy Jones for a vacant middleweight title, though he lost that fight. That night would prove the first landmark moments. Roy Jones on the undercard of a Riddick Bowe title in '93. And then, Roy, the two of you fought again.
Long same thing as usual as my hand speed. My hand speed and my knowledge of the game. I was, well, that was, but at the same time when he got out, he was beating a lot of guys, and he doing his thing. So
adept at finding the target against Mchunu.
Yes, he's starting to touch about 3 times this round already.
Let me get inside a little bit.
Yeah, as he was throwing, Usyk was backing up and looking up as if to say, this is something new. Usyk much more comfortable in the fight now.
Shots, and if Mchunu throws a big right overhand left, it could be a problem because he hits a tall southpaw with it.
Mchunu's a good fighter, but class tells him.
Power punches in round 5. Usyk about to triple Mchunu.
Good shot by Usyk.
Perfect hand speed for a big man on that 1-2. Getting to be a much easier fight now.
Usyk with his behind the jab. Find a good enough jab, then
why there's so much enthusiasm about Oleksandr Usyk.
One of the things, it's a mixed bag with Usyk's with that. I don't see him really ever throw it straight from
like that. Meanwhile, he's like Lomachenko. They go at a good 80 until they find 120 time pitch until they find the opening. Like that. Say the right hook, speed it up then. He knew the left hook.
And those are the kinds of nuances you pick up.
Great trainer.
Which in his case would be his exposure to Anatoly Lomachenko, although, as Max pointed out at the beginning of the fight, James Ali, been his trainer since the beginning of his pro career, is no slouch.
No, not at all.
I mean, that's an accuracy
for a big guy.
Weight.
Yes.
6'2" guy. Southpaw, that's impressive.
He just the mustard on one of those left hands again, too, Max. Like that right there. Yeah.
He's suddenly putting a lot of distance between himself and the guy we were looking at in the first couple of rounds. Comes back with an unimpeded left counter shot, but that's all right.
7. How you feel?
Mchunu has been stopped in both of his long round 6.
You let Usyk go around him too much, let him land too many big shots in this round early, so now
Mchunu can handle himself, like he's still clipping Usyk every now and then. Good left hand.
good right hook.
Fight in this round. Mchunu's in a couple of strong.
Just speaking about the uppercut in the corner, that left uppercut right there is what really caused the knockdown. Ali asked for early, he asked for the opposite uppercut, but that left uppercut landed instead of the right, and that was the good counter left by Usyk. How Usyk places those punches. He places the taps with tap speed, but he throws the big ones with big speed.
At the top, if you're a fan of boxing, you will like
directions and shifting gears the way he does. And he's got movement with both his hands.
You gotta love that.
He's very demonstrably trying to land one punch at a time. And Usyk,
power's gone, Jim.
I said 2 knockdowns. One was ruled a slip.
piling up a lead. There's something full. She throws with great fluency. Now there's the left across the top. Usyk landing punches in bunches once again.
Doing.
This was my moment to put on a show. And you hit me.
Stepping around left and stepping around right. Beautiful boxing that Usyk is doing.
Pence probably frustrated Usyk the first 2 or 3 rounds. Since then, the Ukrainians
got like Uno. But see those punches right there? That left hand had all the
elbows. You're dissuaded from going to the body because it's like, you know, your forearm's going to run into it.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
He doesn't like it. Every time you punch, you hurt him. Listen.
Cut the ring down. Usyk landed a good low round left to the back. Tried to do another, then he got hit with a beautiful right hook there. A little bit open hand, but it was beautiful.
Usyk's guy who idolizes Muhammad, awkward guy.
And before you have to Google Ali's birthday, it's January 7th.
A day after mine, started some of the best.
Usyk doing some good body work in this round.
Yes, he is.
It's an astrological sign.
Well, of course, Jim. I mean, come on. If you're a Capricorn, I mean, if we celebrate, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
And Capricorn in this fight has knocked Mchunu down time. So there's the second official knockdown, and the score margin.
He had him surrounded, and Mchunu said, "Let me get down here before."
Good counter shot by Mchunu.
Another good shot.
He hasn't given up yet.
Oh, good shot.
Usyk lands a big left over the top. Of the fight in the last 20 or 30 seconds. After going down for the second time, and there's Thabiso Mchunu.
It's a very impressive performance by Usyk against a guy who wasn't
sportsmanship. Going over to check on Mchunu, and now Usyk plays to the crowd a little bit. Harold?
Jim, you know, I've said this to referees on numerous times. If you see a guy walk away like that, turn his back away from the
jab, 1-2 basically. Another 1-2. Double jab, left hand, and he goes down with his last hurrah. Got caught with that left hand right there, and that his eye, and then he went down.
No Barrett puts a halt to the winner by KO victory. He is still undefeated and still WBO Cruiserweight Champion